Welcome to AI Book Highlights. Today we're exploring Jon Kabat-Zinn's classic, Wherever You Go, There You Are. Mindfulness meditation in everyday life.
A really foundational book for so many people getting into mindfulness.
It really is. And the key thing here, like you said, it's not about becoming a monk or, escaping reality.
No, not at all. It's actually the opposite. It's about diving deeper into the life you already have
Right.
here.
Right. So today we're going to unpack sort of 5 core ideas from the book.
And then boil those down into 3 practical things you can actually try, like today.
Exactly. Ways to bring a bit more awareness, maybe a bit less overwhelm, into your daily routine. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's get into it.
Okay, first highlight. What is mindfulness, according to Kabat-Zinn? It feels like the word is everywhere now.
It is, yeah. And he brings it back to its roots, but makes it super relevant. He talks about it as fundamentally waking up.
Waking up from, like, autopilot.
Pretty much. Waking up from being lost in thought, disconnected from the present moment. It's about living in harmony with yourself and, the world.
So it involves looking inwards, examining who we are.
Yeah, questioning our automatic views, appreciating this moment right now instead of always chasing the next one. He calls it the art of conscious living.
I like that, art of conscious living. And it requires paying attention in a specific way, doesn't it?
It does. Paying attention on purpose in the present moment and, crucially, non-judgmentally, without all the usual likes, dislikes, expectations.
Ah, okay. That non-judgmental part sounds tricky.
It is tricky. That's where meditation comes in. Often. It's the practice ground, like learning to sit by the river of your mind and just watch it flow, rather than getting swept away by every thought and feeling.
So meditation is the tool, mindfulness is the state.
You could put it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
And he stresses that even brief moments count. Stopping, sitting, just focusing on your breath for like 30 seconds, that can be powerful.
So it's about acceptance of what is right now, not trying to force a change immediately.
Exactly. Accepting this moment fully. That's the bedrock.
Which leads nicely into our second highlight, this idea about the illusion of escape and the power of recognizing this is it.
This is a big one. We spend so much time, don't we, either rehashing the past or worrying about the future.
Constantly. It's like our default mode.
Right. And Kabat-Zinn says this makes us forget where we actually are. We're physically here, but mentally somewhere else entirely.
He calls it a robot-like way of seeing.
Ouch.
But true sometimes.
It is. It disconnects us from our own lives, from our potential in this actual moment.
Yeah.
Because, the present moment is literally all we ever have to work with.
You can't change the past, can't control the future.
Exactly. So meditation, in this view, isn't about becoming someone else or achieving some special blissed-out state.
It's about waking up to who you are now.
Precisely. Recognizing this is it. This feeling, this situation, this breath. It's about repeatedly, gently reminding yourself to come back, to look, feel, be present. The mind will wander.
Okay, highlight number 3. This one sounds counterintuitive. Non-doing and effortless action. How does that work?
Yeah, it sounds like a contradiction, doesn't it? But it's about shifting from constant, often frantic doing to a state of being.
So not just sitting around doing nothing.
Definitely not. It's not passivity. It's more like finding an inner stillness that actually informs your outward action. So the action becomes less forced, more effortless.
Okay, I'm trying to picture that.
He uses this great analogy, the story of Prince Wendy's cook. This cook was a master butcher, right?
Right, I remember reading that.
And he moved so skillfully, his knife finding the spaces, that he never had to sharpen it. He wasn't just following technique. He was moving with the Tao, guided by spirit, by instinct.
Ah, so it's like being so present in the activity that the action flows naturally.
Exactly. It comes from a place beyond just mental planning. But Kabat-Zinn notes this non-doing takes courage. It means letting go of control, letting things be and unfold.
Trusting the process, kind of.
Yeah. And the paradox is, by practicing this kind of non-doing, you might actually find you get more done and, well, maybe done better with less struggle.
Interesting. Okay, 4th highlight. The importance of trust and generosity. How do these fit in?
Well, they flow quite naturally from that presence and acceptance we've been talking about. Trust, in this context, is partly about trusting the present moment itself.
Trusting that it's okay, even if it's difficult.
Sort of, yeah. Trusting that things can unfold within a reliable framework that you can handle what arises. Experimenting with trusting this moment rather than constantly fighting it.
And trusting ourselves, too. He mentions that.
Yes, trusting that deep down there's a kind of core wisdom and intuition. Our gut feelings are often resonances of the present moment if we learn to listen.
Okay. And how does generosity connect?
Generosity here isn't just about, giving money or thing. It's broader. It's about sharing your being.
Sharing your presence, your attention.
Exactly. Sharing your enthusiasm, your trust, your kindness, being generous with who you are.
He also talks about noticing our resistance to giving.
Mm-hmm. That little clench, the worry about what if I need this later, the fear-based self-protection, noticing that is part of the practice.
And giving, being generous, can actually, what did he say? Sand down the rough edges of being self-centered.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
It connects us to our own inner wealth and to others. It's a really powerful aspect of the practice.
Okay, final highlight number 5. Mindfulness in the midst of difficulty. Because life isn't always easy, right?
Definitely not. Stress, pain, loss, they're inevitable. Kabat-Zinn's very clear. Mindfulness isn't about preventing difficulty. It's about changing our relationship to it.
Learning to work with stress, not just be flattened by it.
Precisely. Meditation helps cultivate patience, the ability to sit with discomfort without immediately needing to fix it or run away. It helps us allow life to unfold, even the tough parts.
So even when things are really painful, we don't have to let anxiety completely hijack the moment.
Right. We can learn to differentiate between the actual pain and the layers of fear and worry we add on top. We learn when to push through and when actually it's wiser to let go, to soften.
He mentions the Dalai Lama's response to the Chinese occupation.
Yeah, that's such a powerful example. Refusing to let his occupiers take his mind, even when they took everything else. That's profound resilience built through practice.
And it helps with things like anger, too. Not suppressing it, but...
Working with it. Seeing the anger arise, feeling its energy, but not necessarily acting it out destructively. Harnessing that energy, maybe transforming it into patience or compassion. Mindfulness gives you that crucial space.
Okay, those are 5 really rich ideas. Let's pivot to making this practical. What are the actionable takeaways?
All right, takeaway number 1. Inspired directly by the little try exercises in the book, the 5-minute pause, or honestly even a 5-second pause.
Just stopping, like deliberately stopping during the day.
Exactly. Maybe between meetings, before you pick up your phone, when you feel overwhelmed, just stop what you're doing. Sit down if you can.
And then
just become aware of your breathing. Feel the breath coming in. Feel it going out, maybe for 5 breaths, maybe for a minute. No need to change it.
And the key is acceptance.
Yeah. Letting go, just for that moment, of needing anything to be different, accepting your feelings, the sounds around you. It interrupts that autopilot, that robot-like state.
Brings you back to conscious living, even briefly. I like that. Simple.
Okay, takeaway number 2. Mindful observation of your reactions. Remember the cat food lessons he mentions?
Yeah. Getting upset about something small that represents something bigger.
Exactly. So the practice is, notice your reactions to small irritations during the day. Someone says something annoying, your computer freezes, whatever it is.
Instead of just blowing up or getting stressed.
Try to catch it. Pause. Observe the feeling, anger, frustration rising without judgment. Just watch it.
Like watching the river again.
Kinda, yeah. And then maybe ask, what's really under this? Is it just the cat food? Or is it feeling disrespected or tired or unheard?
Understanding the roots helps you respond more consciously.
Right. Less automatic reaction, more aware response. It can save a lot of unnecessary grief.
Okay, final takeaway, number 3. Embrace non-doing in your activities.
This connects back to that third highlight.
Yeah.
Pick a regular task, something you usually rush through or do on autopilot.
Like washing dishes or walking somewhere.
Perfect examples. Instead of focusing only on getting it done, try immersing yourself in the process.
How so?
Feel the water temperature, the soap suds. Feel your feet hitting the pavement. Notice the trees, the sounds. Let the activity unfold moment by moment.
So less about the goal, more about the journey, even if the journey is just cleaning the sink.
Exactly. Think about that cook again, being fully present in the task. It can bring a surprising sense of presence, even enjoyment, to things you might normally see as chores.
Bringing that quality of being into the doing.
That's it. It's a shift in attention, really.
Okay, so the 5-second pause, observing reactions, and embracing non-doing in activities, those feel doable.
They're meant to be. Small steps, practice consistently. That's the core message, really. Mindfulness is built moment by moment.
These highlights just scratch the surface, but they all feel such a practical way into mindful living.
Absolutely. The book itself is full of wisdom and simple exercises. It's a journey, not a destination.
We definitely encourage you to explore these ideas further. Maybe try one of those takeaways this week.
See how it feels. Be curious.
Thank you so much for joining us for this exploration. If these insights resonated and you want to really dive deep into cultivating presence in your own life,
We highly recommend getting a copy of Wherever You Go, There You Are by
Mm.
Jon Kabat-Zinn. It's truly a guide for everyday life.
You can find a link to purchase the book in the description below. Thanks again for listening.